Today we're going to be talking about the freedoms of air service, which are crucial for the survival of international civil aviation. The air service freedoms are a set of international rules that govern how airlines can operate across different countries. These rules were established during the 1944 Chicago Convention and are essential for international airline operations. There are 9 key freedoms, each outlining the rights of airlines to provide services between countries. The first 2 freedoms, known as transit freedoms, allow an airline to fly over a foreign country without landing or to land in a foreign country for refueling or maintenance without picking up or dropping off passengers. Countries that are a part of the International Air Services Transit Agreement or IASTA automatically grant these freedoms to each other, while non-IASTA members negotiate these rights on a case-by-case basis. The third and fourth freedoms, known as traffic freedoms, permit airlines to operate flights between 2 countries. The third freedom allows an airline to drop off passengers in a foreign country from its home country, while the fourth freedom lets an airline pick up passengers from a foreign country and bring them back home. For example, Qatar Airways operating a return flight from Doha to Muscat illustrates these freedoms. These rights are usually granted through bilateral agreements between countries, but there may be restrictions on which airlines can operate and which airports they can use. The fifth freedom, also called the beyond right, allows an airline to carry passengers between 2 foreign countries as a part of a flight that starts in the airline's home country. For instance, Emirates flies from Dubai to New York via Milan and can sell tickets for the Milan-New York segment. This freedom supports long-haul flights and helps airlines improve their economic viability, though it often requires negotiations between the countries involved. The sixth freedom combines the third and fourth freedoms, allowing an airline to carry passengers from one foreign country to another with a stop in its home country. For example, Emirates, again, might fly from New York to Islamabad with a stopover in Dubai. The seventh freedom lets an airline operate flights entirely between 2 foreign countries without involving its home country, like an Atlas Air flight between Chengdu and Seoul. These are also part of the beyond freedoms. The eighth and ninth freedoms, known as cabotage freedoms, are more specific. The eighth freedom allows an airline to operate a flight within a foreign country that then continues to its home country, while the ninth freedom allows an airline to operate domestic flights within a foreign country without continuing to its home country. These freedoms are rare and mostly seen in the European Union. It's important to note that the sixth through ninth freedoms are unofficial and not part of the original Chicago Convention. Countries that don't restrict these freedoms are considered to have an open sky agreement, allowing greater flexibility in airline operations.